Hey, this is Ryan Block from Engadget. We are here at the iRiver Suite in Las Vegas at CES, and we're going to be looking at this year's iRiver stuff. Not all of which is going to be released in the US, but we're going to take a look at it anyway because they've got some really, really cool things here. We're going to start it with the S10. This is iRiver's answer to iPod's Shuffle, their latest version. It's actually in volume probably about the same, if not smaller. It's absolutely minuscule. So it's got the same four-way click interface that you have on the iRiver Clicks. It comes in 1 and 2 gigabyte varieties. You want to tell us a little bit more about it?
Sure. The S10 is a, like you said, 1 or 2 gigabyte flash player. It'll support MP3, WMA, OGG files. This version of the player will be UMS or MSC only. There is no MTP. So it kind of goes back to the old style players where people wanted something just plug into a computer and play. And it does come with a rechargeable battery. The battery on it lasts about 8 hours.
So this is very cool. I mean, you know, same size as the Shuffle, has a screen, larger capacity. Can't beat that. So let's move over to the next one that I think is really cool. This is the W10. This is a lot like the new Clicks 2, but actually has a touchscreen interface, which is incredibly high resolution. It's 480 by 272. Yeah. So it looks really good. And this is also Wi-Fi enabled, so you'll actually be able to, in I guess later firmware builds, get on the internet, do a little bit of light browsing with that touchscreen interface, and it comes with the stylus right in the back. Very cool stuff. Was there anything else that you wanted to mention about the W10?
Just like you said, Wi-Fi capabilities. We're looking forward to supporting Wi-Fi with some of our newer products. It has navigation in it so that you can check out your favorite restaurants or find a restaurant if you don't know a restaurant in town. You can find hotels, stuff like that. So it's a little bit more than just your standard MP3 player. It's going to be enabled for hotspots, so any of your major cities such as New York, Boston, San Francisco, Portland, wherever the hotspots are coming, you'll be able to use the player. It's also going to be able to interact with your computer via the Wi-Fi as well. So there's going to be some really exciting things I think we can do with this player. Again, it's very early on, so we're still trying to figure out exactly what we can support with it. But when it comes out, I think it's going to really change the way you look at your MP3 player.
So this is going to be second half 07?
Yes, second to late 07.
Gotcha. So this is probably going to most closely rival the new SanDisk View, although the screen's a little bit smaller, but they're both 8 gigabyte players, and this one has mini SD for expandability, so you can actually add more storage as you go along. So let's go over to see some more stuff here. So here we also have a new iRiver prototype for an ebook reader. This is actually really cool, very small, about the size of a kind of mid-size softback book, leather-bound casing. And you open it up to reveal the e-ink interface, which is touch sensitive. May not be plugged in right now, so I don't know if it's going to refresh, but it does look really good. Very high resolution display on here. So we don't know if this is actually going to be released on the market. Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be in the U.S. or just overseas at this point, but we are pretty excited about it. A lot of people want to be able to download books. It's been very popular with books on tape for MP3 players. I think it'd be popular for books where you can just sit and read, touch through. I think there's a lot of an advantage that we have here. And it's pretty nice in the sense that it can be expanded with the SD card, and the battery life is really pretty good on it. I think you can get about 6 months of battery with the batteries once we finish it.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to see the ebook space heating up in 2007, so this is a great new entrant. I'm personally looking forward to the Kindle, which is the ebook with EVDO, but I wouldn't throw this one out of bed. Let's say that. All right, so what we have here is iRiver's Unit 2 prototype. This is actually a really cool kind of hybrid home streaming media device. It does a lot, so I'll start at the top, but we actually have a fold-out input device right there that's wireless. Now this unit is a kind of a stereo receiver with a DVD player as well as a portable media unit that's docked in it right now. But it's not just the media unit. On the back, you've got all manner of inputs and outputs for putting media in and out, and it will actually stream that to the unit around your house as long as it's within range of the Wi-Fi. But let's take the portable out of the dock. This has a 7-inch display and a 30 gig internal drive as well as wireless. So this is actually a really great kind of in-home tablet media streaming solution, which hopefully at some point they'll enable for external media streaming, so you can take this tablet device with you and stream media outside of the home, though that feature has not yet been announced. All right, and finally we have the coup de grace, as it were, the iRiver Clicks 2. This is the one I think that we've all been waiting for. It's the U20 version. This is the follow-up to the original iRiver Clicks, except that besides being a little bit wider, it is incredibly thin by comparison. I mean, this thing may not really show up on camera, but it is just really, really nice. Feels very good in the hand, and kind of, has the design sensibilities that I think a lot of people really wish the original Clicks had. And it does add some interesting new features. In addition to the expanded memory, 8 gigs, it now also does 30 frames per second video, supports MPEG-4 and WMV, which are, absolutely long-awaited features for this portable device. So I think this is going to kind of be the go-to portable flash music and movie player for this size class. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention about the Clicks 2?
Yeah, this is definitely, the product that we've been looking forward to the most coming out this year. And just to kind of get the comparison to the original Clicks, I'll bring in the original 4 gigabyte Clicks, and you'll see it's a little bit wider, but much, much thinner. It adds a couple other cool features to the player. As you can tell, the background on the player is moving. Something nice little, but it adds something to the player. We also have added the support to switch through MSC or MTP through the firmware, and just a few other features that people have been asking for. So this really, we feel we took what we thought was a really great player in the iRiver Clicks and just made it that much better by coming out with this version of the player. So we're really looking forward to this. Should be available sometime in the second quarter.
And do we have an approximate price on the 8 gig model?
I don't at this time.
Okay, well, I mean, no matter what it is, I think this is going to be a hot seller. I mean, I personally really want one. This is one of my new favorites of CS 2007. So definitely be sure to check this one out when you get a chance, the iRiver Clicks 2.